If y'all are wondering why I'm making this face right now, it's because my videographer was not videographing, he was photographing. So I'm going to just show you what I have in my crock pot that's going to turn into Sloppy Joe's, but I'm also going to tell you everything that I put in it. Ooh, perfect, baby. Benjamin has learned to perfect the soft-boiled egg because he and his brothers are actually obsessed with ramen, like authentic ramen, and so they he has made himself some lunch with soft-boiled egg in his ramen and some other spices and things like that. But what I have in my crock pot is going to be Sloppy Joe's for dinner.
I'm sorry, dear.
It's a pretty easy recipe. I'm gonna have to do it all over again because I've already done this once. Oh look, there's a knife sitting here. Anyway, what was on this cutting board was a whole diced red bell pepper and half a cup of onion and a tablespoon of minced garlic. And I put that in here with 2 pounds of ground beef. And then to that I added my empty bowl here that had spices. There was 2 tablespoons of brown sugar, a teaspoon of chili powder, and a teaspoon of salt. You don't need a lot of salt because some of the other ingredients are a little bit salty. Kind of like I am right now because somebody wasn't recording me when he was supposed to be. Anyway, no, not yet. I gotta get a few more in.
I'm sorry.
In this bowl of liquid, I had a tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce and 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar. Apple cider vinegar, not regular vinegar, okay? Stir that in, pretending to stir. Then I had a half a cup of ketchup and a half a cup of barbecue sauce. You can use a whole cup of ketchup and add some other spices like you would add to barbecue sauce, but to me, you're just adding some extra vinegar, some extra garlic, stuff like that, so why would you? Now, this mixture looks a little bit dry because it doesn't look like Sloppy Joe's yet, because my goal is to have the onions actually sweat and the bell peppers to sweat. If you wanted to, you could use onion powder and you could use garlic powder. Just make sure your ratios are different. You certainly don't want a half a cup of onion powder. But anyway, do not ever skimp on the red bell pepper because that's really going to add flavor, and as those cook down and some of the liquid comes out of them, that's what's going to make your Sloppy Joe sloppy. So I'm going to take this mixture and I'm going to put it in my crock pot for about 4 hours on low. You can cook it, honestly, you put it in the crock pot in the morning and put it on low, or set your timer and put it on low and then put it on warm for the rest of the day. But you want it on for about 4 hours just to make sure that those flavors get blended really well. My goal is to have this ready in time to eat supper after the Georgia Bulldogs whoop up on Florida and before the Atlanta Braves whoop up on the Astros. So right there, we got about an hour in between games, and that's a perfect time for supper. So when this is done, I will come back and I will show you what it looks like. Ready?
Yep.
Okay. It's done. Y'all, I wish you could smell this because it's been smelling good for a while. Chris, get a good look at this. That's got just enough juice after the vegetables cooked out a little bit of what was in them to give you that sloppy, what?
It fogged up the lens.
Here. Give you that sloppy, sloppy texture for Sloppy Joe's. It's a really easy recipe, little bit of work to it, really, really tasty. And we're gonna have it with some onion rings and veggie tots because I'm trying to make my people eat more vegetables. They're not very good at that. So, try this recipe. I hope you like it. Tell me what you think, and y'all take care.